There was a time in my life where I've achieved multiple certifications. I was a double CCI. That time, I've done CCI security and also I've done CCI routing and switching. I've worked for the biggest names in the market like Tesco's, Shell, ABB, and multiple councils working with the governments. And I've elevated from being an engineer, being a techie, to an architect where I was designing networks, where I was defining the business intent to the businesses, like why do they need that in the first place, and actually solving the bigger picture rather than just focused on the commands and on the technical details. And then I was keep pushing my goal, which was to achieve CCDE, where there were only 400 people worldwide, to a later date and questioning myself that I'm not even ready for that stage. And then there comes a time that after this contract, I'll go and focus on my CCDE and I'll put all my focus to achieve that certification. But guys, that time never came until unless I sat down with myself and I just put myself for that goal that I want to become a CCDE and that's the correct time to do it. And then I sat down, I gathered all the material which I could, I started preparing, and within 4 months, and my experience was backing that, I went for my exam. And after a struggling of 8 hours exam, I was able to pass my CCD in the first attempt. So now you have been in a place where you want to start something that could either be a certification, a new business idea, or maybe working on yourself to become a better version of yourself. But you are just running after perfection, the perfect moment, the perfect time, and actually the perfect circumstances that whenever you are ready, you will know and you will start pushing that button and then you will transform yourself or achieve what you have always admired to achieve that. Let me tell you this that looking for perfection or finding perfection, that is the biggest lie in the market, or that is the biggest lie in your life. Well, that moment will never going to come, and you will struggle just like me. You will try to find all those excuses that I am waiting for the perfect moment, and you will spend half of your life. You will not focus on the limited resource, what is time, and you will put all your energy and effort to the things what are not relevant or irrelevant. Well, if you can relate to that, or if you have been in those shoes, then don't look out for the perfect moment or don't look out for perfection. That whenever you are ready, just list your goals, write everything what you can on paper, and ask 5 questions to yourself. And the number one question would be, is it okay for me to even have this goal? Right? You need to start from here. The second question is, everyone around me, is it okay for them for me to have this goal? And then now you are doing the critical thinking. You are building up your mind to hand muscle and you are actually putting everything what you have admired of, what you wanted to do in front of you on paper, right? So actually you can now see that what your goals are and what are the relevant goals and what are the irrelevant goals, right? So now you have done that. You have asked these questions to yourself, and once you have identified 3 or 4 goals, and trust me, you are going to cut all the noise from those goals. If you have written down 10 goals, then eventually it will come to 3 goals to start with. And after asking all these questions and using that framework, so now you have done that, and now you just need to set yourself into motion. Now you just need to get out and just do whatever you wanted to do. And to start with, what if you want to become a CCDE like me, then you need to write down that goal and you need to understand what can bring you closer to your goal. Do you have that time, the relevant experience, and every resource in your hand to achieve that goal? Then you need to set yourself some realistic targets, and these targets, they need to be well thought of, they need to be well planned. That if I've done CCD in 4 months time, then if you are just starting in IT, then it's a bad thing for you to assume that you can do the same thing in 4 months time. So you need to be realistic with that, right? Once you have done that, then you have studied me, and then you need to understand what my patterns were, like where did I work, how did I come closer to achieve my goal, what books did I study, and eventually what trainers did I go to train myself for that certification, specific certification. Now what you have done, you have started analyzing other people and you have started seeing my patterns. And if you do that with a lot of other people, then you are going to actually take out their patterns and eventually put that in your diary, and then see like what patterns can you follow, what patterns can you pick up and choose for your life which are easier and relevant for you. So that's the number second thing. And the next thing, guys, what I want to talk about is once you have set the stage, you are already in motion, you are seeing what others are doing to achieve that goal. You have set yourself with the like minded people who have the same goal as you have. Then the next thing is mastery. That now you are now focused on spending your time to master that thing. So the science says if you want to master anything, then you have to spend at least 10,000 hours in your lifetime to achieve that. So it gives us two answers. Number one is that life is limited, your time is limited. You cannot have all those 10 goals in front of you, and you can be spending 10,000 hours on each goal to achieve that, to become master and an expert of that. So it's totally an unrealistic assumption. We, as a human being, we can't do that until unless we are gifted in a way, right? Like Einstein was. But he also has only one goal in front of him, and that's where he has spent his life on achieving that goal. So from the three goals, now you will pick one goal and you will eventually become the master of that. Then it will become your second nature. Now, wherever you are going, people are classifying you as a CCDE. Here comes that person. He is the master of his art. He knows what he is talking about, right? So now we have started from defining our goals to setting ourselves in motion, then editing those goals. Like, are these goals relevant to my life? Will it serve my purpose? And one important thing I want to add on in that we've always been waiting for the purpose, like what's our purpose in life, like ikigai. But you can actually flip the script. You can start doing everything with purpose. And if you do that, then everything you are working on, you're going to enjoy that thing. Everything what you are working on, that will become fun and excitement for you. So that is another skill and another way to think about stuff, right? So trust me, we don't know how to think till now, right? Like I didn't know how to think. I've just been repeating my old circle from my childhood, like what people taught me how to think. I've just been following that motion all my life. And lastly, so now you are the master, you are the expert. People want to become like you. They see you as an authority in that subject. Now you are going on world stages and you are stealing the show. You are doing presentations on that topic, and people, they are just admiring you. So the next thing for you is to guide people. So you need to find other people like and go in their shoes and start thinking about how can I help them, like what is it they are looking for in terms of guidance, in terms of career help, or whatever that is. So you want to become that person in order to show some gratitude and earn some respect of the public. And so in a nutshell, you want to become a mentee, like you had mentors at some point in your life where you were looking out for their patrons and you were trying to replicate their patrons in your whole life, in your own life, right? So now we have the full framework how to set a goal, from how to set a goal to how to achieve that goal, and how to become an authority in that subject, and then how to start guiding others, like how they can achieve their goal, irrespective of they are pursuing that goal in your field or that field can be a totally different field. And if you have mastered that framework, then you can actually implement these guiding principles on your children, or to your friends who are in your close circle, and someone struggling, a family member, or someone who really needs your help and support. So it's as simple as that. And guys, let's just put that framework in practice and see where does it take us. And I'm sure it will take us to the next level. Thank you for listening.